What's up, guys? In this video I'm going to talk about why I ended up quitting the Lion diet after only about 3 days. For those of you who don't know, the Lion diet is Mikhaila Peterson's all beef diet that she recommends, that she says helped her get over all of her chronic health issues. If you haven't seen that video, you can go watch her video, or you can watch my commentary video on the Lion diet. I'll put the links in the description. When I watched that video, it sounded like it was a very good idea, because the way that she discovered the diet was by slowly eliminating everything, all the foods that she was eating except for beef, until she didn't have any symptoms of her chronic health issues. And for those of you who don't know, she had juvenile arthritis, she had all these mental problems, and she was on all kinds of medication. And the one thing that she claims basically fixed all of her health problems, and she looks pretty good now. I mean, I haven't seen her lately, but in this video that I watched, she looked really good. And she seemed mentally stable and everything looked great. She credits all of that to the food that she was eating, or I guess the food that she was not eating, or I guess both, which is basically beef only. So I thought I would try this. I like to try new things, and I gave it a shot. I ate only beef for 3 days. I did eat a little bit of garlic, right? You know, I like to have my little clove of raw garlic, but I don't think, I don't think the 1 or 2 cloves of raw garlic that I had over the course of the 3 days is why, really has anything to do with why I wanted to quit, and why I didn't really feel that it was very beneficial for me. So I'll talk about the pros and cons. The pros, there aren't really, well, I guess there are a few pros. Number one is that I slept a lot less, which I thought was really cool. I didn't really feel tired, if that makes sense. I didn't feel like sleeping. Not that I didn't feel tired. Not that I had like all this crazy energy all the time and I was just like jumping off the walls. But that when it was time for me to go to sleep, I didn't really feel like I needed to sleep. It was like, normally I'll go to bed, I'll, get in bed and turn off the lights at 11-ish, thereabouts, give or take. And I found myself going to bed at about 1 when I was doing this, and waking up around the same time without really feeling any sort of dragging energy throughout the day. I wasn't really tired. So my theory is that when you are eating foods that are more easily digested, like beef, your body doesn't need as much rest, because you're not tired like you would be if you had spiked your insulin from eating some carbs, for example. So I thought that was pretty cool, because if I'm trying to be productive, and the extra 2 hours a day would come in really handy to get stuff done. So I thought that was kind of cool. Number two, I thought something else that was really interesting is that I did not have a lot of waste, right? I didn't, like, when I went to go, too much information, sorry, but like when I would go to the toilet, there wouldn't be a lot that was coming out. Now, to be fair, I was doing raw carnivore, right? I was eating, except for the first day, I ate pretty much only raw beef, because I just prefer it to cooked for a couple of reasons. I'll just go over them quickly. Number one is that it's easier to digest, in my opinion. Number two, I feel like I have more energy when I eat the raw beef. And number three, sorry, my fucking notifications are driving me crazy. More energy, easy to digest, and sorry. There we go. More energy, easier to digest, and it's just like quicker, like if I don't want to go and cook some fucking beef, takes like God knows how long, you got to do the dishes and all that. I can just literally open the container and spoon it in my mouth, and within 5 minutes I'm done, throw the wrapper away, and that's it. It's really easy. So it was very convenient to do it also, which is, I guess, another one. But like I said, no waste, which left me feeling very light throughout the day. I didn't really, like, how when you eat something and you feel like you have that like heavy ball of food in your stomach, right? For example, I just ate some oatmeal just now, and like I can feel it in my stomach. It's not unpleasant, but it's not pleasant. I'm not like, oh boy, I feel so good with this ball of oats and eggs in my stomach. It's just not pleasant. So that was another cool thing about it. one more thing that I liked about it was that I lost weight. Okay, so to be fair, like I lost weight. I lost a couple pounds for sure. I leaned out a little bit. I think most of that, or a decent amount of that, was water. But still, I did lose weight, and I thought that was cool because I have, over the past couple months, I have not really been watching what I've been eating too much because I've been working pretty hard, and I just don't care as much about like being in the ultimate physical condition. That's since changed in the past week or so, but I just didn't care as much because like I'm gonna go to work, I'm gonna go home, I'm not going to the beach, I'm not like going anywhere where like, you know, hundreds of people are gonna see me half naked. So like I just didn't care. Not the healthiest mindset to have, really, to like allow yourself to eat things you shouldn't be eating just because there's no negative social consequence, you could say. Not the best mindset to have, but it is what it is. And when I did do this diet, I did lose a couple pounds, which I thought was pretty cool. And it also did kind of lead me to other decisions that I think were very good, even if I didn't keep doing that diet. And yeah, that's, I guess another small benefit is that I stopped spending money on food at work, which I guess overall probably came out about even, because I did have to buy a lot of beef at the beginning of the week to, you know, so I wouldn't keep having to go back to the store to buy more food every day, right? So yeah, so it was okay, the lion diet, it was all right. Now, why did I stop? What are the cons, right? Now, the main con is that I didn't have as much energy or strength for my workouts. And, you know, is that really that big of a deal? Like, would I be willing to sacrifice a little bit of strength and a little bit of energy for the benefits that I had mentioned earlier? Short answer is no, I would not. Now, does that mean I need to go back to the way that I was eating before, and like it's better to eat fucking Panda Express at the mall every day so you can get a good workout as opposed to eating all beef? No, obviously you have more options than that. And what I eventually started doing is, after I made that video about the Weston A. Price diet, which I guess I'll put a link in the description if I remember. After I made that video, I was like, damn, like why am I not just doing this? Like this is so much better. Because the issue with the lion diet is that, other than, you know, Mikhaila Peterson and Jordan Peterson, who are great, intelligent people, there's no historical evidence of anybody doing an only beef diet, right? Beef, only beef. I know there's the Inuit tribe, which is basically Eskimos, right? We don't say Eskimo anymore. It's like racist or something. We say Inuit. Whatever. Anyway, there's the Inuit who ate only meat. They ate only red meat, but they're not eating fucking cows in the fucking North Pole or wherever they live, or Alaska or something. They're eating, I don't know, seals and polar bears and shit. So there's no evidence of, it has not been proven over hundreds or thousands of years by more than two people. There are kind of like some carnivore or raw carnivore YouTubers who, you know, have varying degrees of trustworthiness, but all in all, I think carnivore is fine. I don't think it's bad. I myself do recommend, you know, you've heard me say a bazillion times, eat most of your calories from meat and eggs. So I am in favor of those things. But when I looked at the Weston A. Price diet, I guess, or the ancestral diet, or the loose collection of guidelines that he recommends as a result of the research that he had done over not just like one or two tribes, but I think it was like 20 something. I was like, wow, there's a lot of commonalities here. Why don't I just do this? Because this is clearly backed by like evidence of thousands of people getting a really good result. So I was like, why don't I just do this instead? Which also allows for you to eat foods that are, you know, a lot of meat, but also a lot of other things. You can have a lot more variety. So I was like, why don't I just do that instead? It seems like so much better, and it's so much more satisfying also. You know, I made a couple of those cooking videos. That was really fun to cook, even though I fucked up kind of some of the recipes, but it was really fun to cook those foods. And I still have the 2 pounds of pate that I'm working on. I started cooking the like wheat pancakes or something. in beef tallow, which is really good. It's great, like, for carbs. You know, who would have thought that you can actually eat wheat as long as it's not like shitty, enriched, bleached wheat flour that's heavily processed? Like, if you just take the wheat and you turn it into flour, that's actually not bad for you, as far as I understand. Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody out there in internet land. Obviously, you know, maybe it's better to get oat flour or something like that, but even that, I think that has phytates in it. Anyway, the point is that when you do the Weston A. Price diet, there are a lot more opportunities for you to eat something beneficial, as opposed to with the beef diet, which is really just like beef. And I guess that's my next point. It's fucking boring. Oh my God. It's just boring to eat only beef. It's like, if I had juvenile arthritis and fucking psychotic episodes and like all of the problems that Mikhaila Peterson had, yeah, maybe I would do the beef diet if I was like that desperate for, you know, health and salvation. But I can do just fine eating something else with more variety. So like, why would I do that to myself? So anyway, not a dig at the Petersons. They're great people and all that, but I just didn't want to stick with it because of the reasons that I said earlier. So right now, what am I doing? Basically, a typical day of food for me. Maybe I'll make another video about this, but I'll just tell you really quick. I'll wake up in the morning. Sometimes I'll eat something before. Most of the time, I actually don't eat breakfast. Today, I thought I would wake up and I would eat some oatmeal. Because I watched a video by David Goggins, if you guys know who he is, where he said that in his morning routine, he wakes up and he eats some oatmeal and then he goes and does his fucking 6-hour workout or whatever he does. So it's like, oh yeah, you know, I used to eat oatmeal. Maybe I'll try that again. Because I also started doing longer workouts also after watching his video. Great guy, David Goggins, or Goggins. Anyway, so today I experimented with some oatmeal. What I'll do after is, it's also really early. I think it's like 6 a.m. right now. I've been up since 4:30. So at around 8, I'll start my workout. I'll do an hour of weights, and then I'm gonna go run for an hour after that. So when I'm done with that, then I will eat some meat, raw. I'll eat some organic grass-fed beef, like you guys have seen the little squares of beef that I eat. I'll eat one of those, and then I will go to work, and I will take with me some beef jerky that I made here. I dehydrated it in my oven. And I'll eat that as I need to, right? Like, however, you know, whenever I feel like I need to eat something, if I'm getting that like hungry feeling in my stomach and a little bit of fatigue, which is, I guess, how I determine if I need to eat, then I'll have a little bit of that until that feeling kind of goes away and I feel a little bit more rested. I'll have coffee throughout the day. I'll have 1 cup of coffee in the morning, and then I will have 2 double espressos throughout the day. I'll have one at 11 when I get to work, and I'll have the second one at between 2 and 3 p.m. And then in the evening, I will come back and I will eat, usually what I have been doing is I've been making the like wheat pancakes cooked in beef tallow, which is wheat flour, 3 egg yolks, well, like a couple egg yolks depending on how many I want to eat, but normally around 3, and cooked in beef tallow with some liver pate put on top of the wheat pancakes. And then that's it. For dessert, I'll literally just have like maybe 1 or 2 of the pancakes. I'll just put honey on them instead. And I have so much energy at work. It's kind of crazy. The combination of waking up really early and strangely like working out twice as hard as I have been working out and eating the foods that I'm eating, I have so much more energy. I don't even, it's completely unexpected. It's just weird to me. But anyway, that is basically it. That's why I quit doing the lion diet, my little story. What do you guys think about that? I know a lot of you were pretty excited, like, oh, give us an update. Is it good? Is it not good? Because people, you know, we like to simplify things, right? We all want to kind of be able to say, eat this one food and only this one food and all your problems will be solved. Like, it's kind of cool to think that. And I know even when I watched her video, I made the argument that like, of all of the foods in the world, if we rank them in a hierarchy, you are going to have one, I guess, that is the best, right? You could make that argument, or that's plausible at least. But it does seem that if you allow for a little bit more variety in your diet, then you will be able to experience a wider range of benefits. And that is like proven by Weston A. Price's research of 20 indigenous cultures who ate a wide variety of foods that checked certain boxes, right? So anyway, let me know what you think about that. I have a fitness course coming out in about a month or so. Fitness, it's gonna cover fitness, nutrition, fasting, exercise demos, sample workouts, exercise principles, a little mini cookbook as well. Go to theminfit.com and sign up for the free webinar, and you will get notified when the course is released. Cool? Peace.